Gosh, it is freezing out here. I've been itchy, sleeping in my car all night. I'm up before the sunrise. Check out my face. See my eye? The leaves are gone, but one thing about the branches, they still carry the poison oak oil, that oil, you know? And I just brushed my face all along this. Last time I came, I didn't get any negative reaction, so I'm hoping I'm kind of immune, hopefully. When I finished that video, I had to race to the top of the mountain before the sunset or I wouldn't be able to see the trail. Almost out. Woo! I don't even know where the trail is. I'm trying to get out of here before it's dark. There's no more sun. You see the moon. Oh, I don't even know. We got a long hill to get up to. That had me huffing and puffing and grabbing onto anything that I could hold for dear life. Got poison oak all over my hands, all over my legs, on my eye. And man, when you get that oil on your hands and you touch different parts of your body, it gets everywhere. All I'm trying to say is that it's worth it, okay? It's worth it. Sometimes when you're walking through life, you're gonna come across a patch of poison oak. And to get to the other side is where success is. And if you stop for the poison oak, then you'll just go back to your old ways. But to get to the other side, sometimes you have to go through some obstacle, and there might be a rash for a few days, but it's gonna go away. I'm gonna be fine. This thing is gonna go away from my eye and I'll be okay. Today is the day where we catch what we've been wanting to catch for these last few videos. I don't even think I need to say it, and you'll see this new recipe come to life in just a matter of minutes.
Hey, really quick, I'm sorry to interrupt this video, but I wanted to let you know that February 24th, 2023 is going to be the last day that you can pre-order one of these custom Lingcod shirts that we just created. We've got t-shirts that go up to 5XL, a front and back print, long sleeves, a hoodie pullover, and a hoodie zip up. So 5 different garments in tons of different colors that you can choose from. Fully customizable, and they're only customizable until February 24th. So that's gonna be the last chance. After that, all those will never be available again. There will only be 2 stock colors and maybe a t-shirt and a hoodie available. So anything that you want specifically, that's your time to get them before February 24th. Fishermanslife.net. Again, I'm sorry to interrupt the video. Back to it.
I honestly don't even know if I can fish this. What looks deceivingly calm right now has 7-foot swells rolling in at 17 seconds. I thought it was 4, but it's actually 7. And when they roll in that wide of an interval, there's extra power within them. And they wash over this whole area. You can see where I'm walking, it's all wet. So the only safe place for me to fish is up on this rock here. It's the only safe place, and it's super slippery around it. I don't even know how I'm gonna land a fish if I get one. I'm gonna be starting out with this Jiggy Jig, 30-pound leader fluorocarbon, 40-pound main line. This is a 4-piece Fisherman's Life travel rod. I wanted to start out fishing the bobber, but I think I'll have a little bit more control with the jig. This is the BG 4000 with 40-pound test braid. First cast of the day. Look at these waves coming in. Man. Oh, that's a fish. That's a nice fish too. I wasn't expecting that. I was kind of just letting it sit on the floor. Oh, that's a good fish. I felt a nice head shake. Oh, I need this next wave to bring it in for me. Oh, come on. Come on up over the wave. Over the, yes. Oh, cabezon. I had a hunch it was a cabezon too, because I kind of let it sit down there on the floor, and I know when you let them sit down like that, gosh, it's rough. I know when you let them sit down on the floor, that's when they attack sometimes. So this is close to a keeper. Beautiful looking fish. I mean, that's not really what we're going for. We're going for a big lingcod. That's a nice one though. Yeah, that's a nice fish. Good head shake. I knew it was a nice fish. That's probably a keeper too, but we're gonna let him go. Let her go. See you later, buddy. That was a nice fish. Okay, well, jig's working so far. So fishing the jig, I feel like it's about 20 feet deep. So I'm gonna set the bobber stopper to 18 feet. And I think that's how we're gonna catch a big fish today, with the bobber. Since I'm going for rockfish, I can only use 2 hooks. And I think that's how we're gonna catch a big fish today, with the bobber. And I think that's how we're gonna catch a big fish today, with the bobber. Since I'm going for rockfish, I can only use 2 hooks. And I think that's how we're gonna catch a big fish today, with the bobber. And while I'm fishing for a big fish, I don't want to miss an opportunity to get a nice fish right in the middle of the water column. So I tied a dropper loop, size 2/0 hook, and put a little Kitech in there. I think that's a 4-incher. And as I retrieve this very slowly, if there's anything suspended in the middle, that should get them. Now on the bottom, I've got this giant hook. It's weighted already. This is a size 12/0 hook. And this is a size, I believe this is a 6.8-inch Kitech. So I'm going to screw the end of the swim bait onto this spring here. This is a very large swim bait hook. And after I get it to where I need it, I'm going to position that hook and see where I need to puncture the swim bait. And you could fish this weedless. That was the original intention of this hook, is to bury the hook in the swim bait itself. And then if you go over rocks or seaweed, it won't get snagged. But for my purposes, since I'm using the bobber, I want to keep that hook exposed. Just in case anything bites, I want it to be there, ready to set the hook. Alrighty, first cast, 16 feet deep on the bobber. Perfect, 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 perfect. And now I'm high up enough where I can kind of keep contact with the bobber and the line. So if there is a bite, I can feel it immediately. I don't even have to necessarily watch the bobber. I feel like something's happening. But all hooks are exposed, so if there's any bites, they should get hooked. Oh, it might have been a snag out there. Oh no. Is that a fish? Can't even tell if it's a fish. I don't think it is. No, it's not. Is it? Yeah, it's a fish. Oh, it's a fish on the cable baiter, on the herring, I think. Small? Yeah, pretty small, but I'll take it. Black, way out there. No, that's a nice black, bro. No, that's a Lingcod. No, it's a Lingcod, bro.
Oh, it's a little baby link. Nice.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That'll do it. But small. Probably 19, 20. Lingcod on the cable baiter with the herring. That was probably about 100 feet out there. So I know my depth is set right. Whew. Right through the nose. But you know, obviously these need to be 22 to keep. This is probably about 20. All right, herring might be the way. Well, it's good to know my depth is set about right. And that's how I rigged the cable baiter, with the hook coming straight out the side. Give it a small bend. Herring I caught from the bay last week. One cab, one Lingcod, not bad, but no keepers. Just gonna keep at it. It's like sometimes you just gotta put in that work. You don't get the fish so easy in the beginning a lot of the times. For whatever reason it is. Seems to be that way sometimes. These are my two last baits. And that's all I can fish. After that, I think I gotta head home. I couldn't go home last night without catching the fish I wanted. Sun's just rising. Still got the poison oak. Let's try a new spot today. Hoping to make quick work of this. Catch a Lingcod, catch a perch, turn it into a breakfast link with hash browns. So I've never fished this spot before, and I don't really know how deep it is, but I'm gonna set my bobber stopper at 15 feet. I think that's a good general area to stop it at. Some things you can pick up on when you're out here to know approximately how deep to set that bobber stopper. When a big swell rolls in, it's not breaking. And when the swell does roll in, a lot of the water from close to you goes out, and it exposes some of the structure underneath the water. And as a big swell comes in, I don't really see much. It still looks very deep. I do see a dark patch out there a little bit to my left, and that's probably shallow, but to the right of it, it's just, you can't see the bottom at all. So I'm gonna start with 15 feet. I'm gonna avoid that dark patch, just work everything around. And I'm gonna start with just one cable baiter and a herring, ball bearing swivel so it spins. I'm thinking if I add a dropper loop, maybe for whatever reason, that's scaring away a Lingcod from coming up. So I'm gonna start with just the cable baiter, maybe do 4 or 5 casts. And if I don't get anything, then I'll tie a dropper loop with a small swim bait on top. and go for some blacks and blues while going at the same time for a big lingcod. All right, y'all, first cast of the day. Cable baiter next to that dark spot out there. Oh, perfect. Perfect. See, the swell's rolling in, but it's not breaking. So that's a very, very good indicator of how deep it is, and that it is deep. Another better thing about fishing a spot like this versus yesterday, here I can pull the bait up, and as long as the bait doesn't touch any rocks, you can cast this thing out so long and it lasts forever. But as soon as you start bouncing the bobber and the bait off the rocks, then you got a problem. You got to start changing your bait more often. So I'm going to try to bring this up very delicately. Try not to get it snagged on anything. Try not to bounce it around very much. And once we get it up, we can cast again. So I'm going to start off here fishing the right side because it looks like that's the danger zone. I'm going to try to avoid the danger zone for now. This is the stuff you don't want to mess with. All that shiny stuff, no way. I mean, I'm going to have to pull it up somehow. Another giant wave coming in. Better get out of here. That one's big. Oh, god dang it. Just throwing a swim bait and letting it swim back real slow. Man, with this swell, maybe the fish don't like it. It's too rough for them, especially in close. It's kind of what my hunch is. Fish on, baby. A good one. Oh, a good one. A lingcod. A lingcod. A lingcod. Oh, that's what we've been waiting for. Now we're in the danger zone, though, especially. Oh my gosh, we got a ling on here. I set the hook good. I don't care if I get wet. I just want to be safe. Oh, it's a nice one. It's a keeper. I got to pull it up with the travel rod, baby. Don't break. Don't break. Don't break. Oh, don't break, baby. Yeah. Let's go! Keeper ling! Let's go! Oh yeah! That's what I'm talking about, man. Swim bait, baby, that's all it takes sometimes. Felt it bite down, reel down to it. Oh my gosh, yeah! Yeah! Been fishing 2 days for this. Yes, 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 yes! Oh, and this is what I was trying to do too. It's blue. So we got blue sausages coming right up. Woo! Check it out. That's what we've been looking for weeks, really. That fish is about 22 and a half, just barely. I want to show you what's in the stomach. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be an interesting thing for you to see. I feel it and I already know what it is. Ah, yes. Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. So we're not quite done yet. We're going to leave this lingcod right here in the water. This little tide pool should be enough oxygen for him for a little while. Oh man. Hey, don't get all the water out though, bro. So he'll be good here, but we still need to catch one more fish to make this recipe all that it can be. And this fish should be easy to catch. I forgot all my weights at home, but I had some drop shot weights, some really small ones. So I attached 3 of them to a swivel and a little piece of shrimp to a size 1 hook. And I tied this leader with a dropper loop, and then I did a perfection loop going to a fisherman's knot to the hook. This should be able to catch a fish within 5 minutes or so. Bites, 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 bites. Oh, that was a good bite right there. Bites again, bites again. Take it though. Take it all the way. There we go. There we go. Yes, 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 yes. Exactly what I wanted. Don't come off now. Oh, he's a fighter. Come on up here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Woo, baby. Oh, oh yeah. Let's do this, man. We got everything we need right now to do what we've been trying to do for weeks. I'll put him right there in the live well. Join your friend. Now all the prep work kind of begins. So let me go over here and grab this lingcod. We're gonna start with the lingcod first. Come here, bud. Oh, look at the blue meat. Yep, that's the fish we're gonna cook up right now. So we'll kind of get the sausage portion of this thing ready to go first. First thing, you know, with any live fish, got to put him out of its misery. So we'll dispatch him real quick. Now it may surprise you to hear that we're not even going to be eating the lingcod, which is known to be the much better meat versus a perch. But first we're going to bleed him, and I want to show you, well, yeah, let's bleed him. Let's bleed him, because I am going to bring this home and I'll eat it with my family. Now as I'm cleaning this, I'm going to try to do it in a way where I keep the gills attached to the throat. And at the same time, we're going to look at what's in his stomach, and I can feel it already. I'm going to guess it's a small kelp greenling. That's what I'm thinking. See, I can feel around both sides. Put my fingers under where I want to cut. Then I'll make the cut. Okay, there we go. And now I'll cut around the butt right here. And that should free up everything. I think I just detached the large intestine. I guess that's what it would be. There's one more piece of connective tissue. You can see it right here. We're gonna cut that. Now we should be able to pull everything out in one go. And there we go. Okay, well, actually, man, these intestines are not quite as big as I thought they would be, and they're not blue either. But this is the stomach, and matter of fact, maybe I should use the stomach. All right, let's really look at the anatomy of this fish here. So there's the throat from the gills, and here we can just squeeze out what it ate. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. A monkey face eel. That's what he had for lunch. Wow. Very, very cool. There's something else in here that you might want to see. You might not want to see it. But looks like that's the spine of another monkey face eel. It just didn't get digested all the way yet. Pretty cool. So while we're doing this, why don't we really learn the anatomy of this fish? That's the liver, okay? And that green sac is the gallbladder, which you never want to touch the meat of any food, because they say it could contaminate it with a very bitter taste. So the gallbladder is somewhat attached to the liver, and the gallbladder is also attached, looks like, to this thing. Now what is this thing? Because salmon have this, and I never knew what it was, but this goes from the stomach to the intestine and is right before the intestine. So what is that? And so is that gallbladder. So I'm going to take off the gallbladder and the liver. Liver is basically attached to the gallbladder, so put that to the side. There's its heart right up there by the gills. Apparently their anatomy is different than a human, than a mammal. So it doesn't look like they have a large or small intestine. It looks just like one intestine. And oh, what's that? Those are its reproductive organs right there. Very small. So whatever it is, hopefully it is reproduced already. That's what we're left with. And I'm not quite sure what to do. I thought the intestines were going to be much larger, but they're not. I think I'm going to utilize the stomach and cook out of the stomach. Let's see if we can flip this inside out. Oh, easy. Look at that. We can just flip the stomach inside out. It's very thick walled though. We can clean it like that. So that's the inside of a lingcod's stomach. It's still blue. Let's wash it out in salt water. So there's its stomach, full of salt water, and from the salt water from the top, it looks really clean. It looks really clean. I would eat from that stomach, and I think I will. Now let's see if we can squeeze all this salt water down into the intestines. Doesn't look like it. Looks like there's a block right here. Something's blocking it. Probably some sphincter muscle or something. but definitely blocking it. All right, well, saltwater is clean. We're gonna change plans and we're gonna cook a fish sausage from the lingcod stomach. I'm gonna fillet this lingcod up later, and that's enough meat for my whole family and I later. And with this perch, if you didn't know, perch meat is a lot more mushy than lingcod or rockfish. So that's what I'm gonna use to make the sausage. It's gonna bind everything a lot better. So I'm gonna do it very similar. We'll do this real quick, the same way I did it in the first attempt at making this sausage. You can already tell the meat is a lot more mushy. Just not flaky like a fish you'd want to eat. But that's a perch. It cuts kind of just as if you're cutting through a mango. There's one side. We'll do the other side also, just to make sure that when we do it in our stuffer, we have enough. I guess every fish has its way in this world. It can be used for different things. I wouldn't use rockfish for this, no way, but perch, yeah, for fish balls or whatnot, be perfect. You get a good amount of onion in here. Okay, combine. Do the same thing with this garlic here. Now we get all that mixed up. Just onion, fish, garlic, and we're gonna pour in some seasoning in a sec. You know, last time I did some breadcrumbs. I'm gonna do some more breadcrumbs. Here we have our mashed up perch with some breadcrumbs, garlic, onion, and blackened seasoning, ready to go into the sausage stuffer. Only one thing left to do, and that is to take all our mix and put it into our gun here. Now this is the medium-sized nozzle, but since we're going straight into the stomach, we're gonna use the big nozzle this time. All right, so I think by this point I could cut off these gills. I think there was a seagull biting this, but yeah, I could cut off these gills now. And on the very bottom of the stomach, I'm gonna cut the end off. Hopefully that's a good idea. Over that, we're gonna go all the way through. And before I start stuffing, I'm gonna tie this end shut. Maybe I shouldn't even have. Why did I cut the end off? Dang it, why did I do that? I'll tie this on. Okay, all the air out, let's stuff this thing. And try to keep it as full as possible. Filling up with a little air, let's get the air out. Moment of truth. For the weirdest meal I've ever prepared for myself. Believe it or not, we got almost all of that meat stuffed in here. Isn't that crazy? We got that whole perch stuffed in this lingcod stomach. That's all the perch. That's the entire perch right there. Now we're gonna do the same thing that we did last time. We're gonna boil this lingcod stomach just so when we do fry it, it doesn't shrivel up. We want to keep it intact. So I'm thinking cooking it like this first will keep it that way. All right, here we have a boil. Let's see what happens when you put this in. Is it even gonna shrivel up just like this? Oh, it is. Oh no, it's packing in tight. Oh no, it's popping out. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Fail! Epic, epic fail. Packed it too tight. Oh man. Oh no. All that hard work. All that hard work for this. Oh man, that was a fail of epic proportions. Add that ghee. I think the same thing would have happened if I fried it or did it like this. Looks like we can still try it. The stomach didn't fully shrink. Looks like the insulation on that stomach is so thick, it's taking a long time to cook. Now let's try the stomach. Although this appears to be an epic fail, maybe this will ignite some idea in your mind. Or maybe you have an idea to incorporate this into a meal another way. Or whatever off the wall idea you have, leave a comment and I'll try to do it. I thought of this recipe just watching some show on Netflix and they were cooking up some intestines and I was like, why not try a fish intestine? Just gonna take a bite straight out of the middle of the stomach. Oh, nope. right when I bit it, had a strange, musty-like flavor. Yeah. Let me try again. Nope. Kind of the texture you would get when you eat like cow intestine when you go to a Korean barbecue or something like that. Kind of similar to that. And that's just not my thing. But some people who like abalone and that chewy texture, maybe you like this. Or sea cucumber. But for me, this is going to be food for the crab. This, on the other hand, is good. Oh, that's really good. Oh, compared to that other poop sack, oh, this is way better. Epic fail, epic success. I don't know what you want to call this, but it was fun to try. Yeah, let me know any other off-the-wall ideas. I gotta clean up and get the heck out of here. Go eat this real Lingcod for dinner. That perch is good. Peace.